have not made a YouTube video in forever. My name is Thina. I am 36 years old and I had started this YouTube channel back in 2009, I believe. This channel was meant to be a dance channel because back in the day I used to be a hip-hop dancer where I would dance for different crews. I used to teach classes. I used to go to California to learn and perform and stuff, compete. It was a lot of fun. I loved the dance life. Unfortunately, I got hit with lupus. And just a quick FYI for those who don't know what lupus is. Lupus is an autoimmune disease where, to put it in layman's terms, our body doesn't recognize our own body. So it sends out troops to attack our own body, thinking that they're doing the right thing, but they're doing the completely wrong thing. And I had made a video back in, I think, 2016, a year after my official diagnosis of lupus nephritis, to do like a 1-year update kind of thingy. I wasn't exactly serious about it, I just wanted to make one. I think I was just feeling vulnerable that day and I felt like I needed to talk to someone, and I was like, I'm gonna talk to a freaking video. But this first video is gonna be like a 5-year anniversary of me being diagnosed with lupus. I was officially diagnosed in January 2015. So yeah, now it's 5 years. Happy 2020, by the way. So because it's been 5 years, I asked 5 of my family members and friends to give me a question that they would ask a person with lupus so I can answer them for this video. Question number 1. Do you ever think about how lupus could affect your life expectancy? This question was actually asked by my sister, which I'm not surprised by that she would think about something like that. Yes, I do think about how lupus can affect it sometimes. Actually, probably more than I would like to think about. But that's not just lupus, that's just me in general, kind of being a slightly paranoid person naturally. Especially with all the stuff that I went through in 2015, 2016. Not just chemotherapy and the dialysis, but all of the side effects and how my body tried to handle all that BS afterward. If y'all watched my other video, y'all would see what I'm talking about. But to shorten all of that, I had a mini stroke, TIA. I was in ICU for about maybe a little over a day or two. I had to get 6 blood transfusions at one point because my hemoglobin was 2.2, which is dangerously, deathly low. And to clarify before I answer the questions, I am currently in remission. But I will say that when I have something as simple as a migraine or just not feeling right in the day, the little part of me will start to freak out and think, oh shit, is this something normal that I can fix with rest and Tylenol? Or am I about to be rushed off to ER like I had to countless of times in the past? I've learned to not let lupus control my life expectancy mentally, because if I do that, then I just can't focus and move forward. Alright, on to the next question. What would you like for others to know about someone living with lupus in order for others to understand a lupus daily life a little better? Damn, that's a long ass question. I didn't answer these questions prior to recording, by the way. I wanted it to be a little bit more real instead of written and robotic. The main thing that I would like people to understand about us with lupus is that cancellations. When we cancel hangouts or things that are planned last minute, please don't take it personally. It's not a personal thing. It's not something that we're trying to do maliciously to ruin your day. We know your time is just as precious. We are constantly, always hot and cold 24/7. And I don't say hot and cold as in literally. I mean, sometimes literally I do literally get hot and cold. When I say hot and cold, it's just like the phrase, like one moment everything is completely fine and we feel as normal as possible. And then literally the next second, we just don't feel good. It's kind of hard to describe that feeling. Another really big thing that I would like others to know about us with lupus is that our disabilities that comes with living with lupus every day, it never leaves. It's always there. For me, my disabilities are not being able to drive for a very long time and long distances. that probably came from the time when I was battling seizures that I ended up getting because of a certain treatment that I was receiving. For my people with lupus, the treatment that I was receiving was Rituxan. A million words to describe that one. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, disabilities. So, okay, now that brings up another one of my disabilities, which is lupus fog. Lupus fog, aka memory loss, aka what was I talking about 10 seconds ago. I will forget things easily, and I kind of constantly have to be reminded about certain things, which luckily people in my life are very understanding of. Thank y'all, by the way, for putting up with my forgetful self. All right, so next question. How had lupus changed your life, and how has coping with it been for you? It's actually changed my life completely. So before my diagnosis, I was working as a photo editor for a wedding company. And before that, I was a school photographer for 5+ years while being a hip hop dancer at the time. So yeah, I was very active, very always out and about, just always constantly busy. Versus now, I stay home a lot. And adjusting to that in the beginning was very difficult. Because like I said, I was really busy, always on my feet, to always staying off of my feet. I started to be really angry, really irritated, really annoyed by a lot of things. And in the beginning, I kind of pushed my luck. I knew that I had to stay home, or I knew that I had to get a lot more rest than I was used to for me to get back to normal. And I would push it because, like I said, the whole hot and cold thing from earlier, whenever I would feel completely fine, I'd be like, you know what, I feel okay. I'm gonna go out and do this, I'm gonna go out and do that. And whenever I would do it, my blood pressure would go from here to here, like all the way off the freaking frame of this video here. You can see my shadow though. Actually, you know, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Y'all see this tattoo right here? They are 3 abstract butterflies. Hopefully, that's what y'all see. But yeah, there are 3 abstract butterflies to represent the 3 times that I almost died from lupus. And they are flying towards my middle finger to say, you lupus. I had to learn to adjust to my own capabilities, my own capacity, make sure to not go over capacity. Plenty of adjustments actually. I personally stopped eating meat in 2017. For me, I had noticed drastic positive changes in my body and my recovery and going towards remission for lupus after cutting out meat. I still semi-eat fish here and there, which I am working on cutting. It's just, I love sushi so much. And I know that there's like certain sushi rolls and stuff out there that are vegan and stuff, but it's just not the same. Another adjustment that I had to make was fitness. Before my diagnosis, I was a complete gym rat, douchebag, meathead, whatever you want to call it. Did a lot of lifting. I loved heavy lifting. Now that I have lupus, my joints and body overall does not work the same. And I think age plays a lot with that too. Back then when I was doing heavy lifting, I was in like my late 20s. Now I'm in my late 30s. My workouts are not like how they used to be. They are more circuit based, where I would do like one day a circuit of upper body followed with core, and another day I would do a circuit of lower body, along with a lot of yoga and Pilates. For my people with lupus out there, if lupus is stopping you from even picking up like a 2-pound dumbbell or anything, totally fine. Just do yoga, do Pilates. During my recovery, and even now, I do yoga through YouTube. Good old YouTube. Other adjustments that I have made. Way back then when I would hang out with friends, see family, do things, I would just did it on a whim. I didn't plan it. Versus now, everything has to be planned. I had to know where I'm going at the time so I can figure out what the commute would be like. I have to know how long the event is going to take so I can know to bring certain medications with me if I need to. So overall, back to the question, lupus has changed my life drastically to going from living a carefree YOLO type life. Do people still say YOLO? To being organized, knowing what I'm doing, knowing what I'm getting myself into, and knowing how to be prepared for that. All right, Question number 4. Do you eat a certain diet or follow a certain nutritional lifestyle because of your lupus? I actually kind of answered that a little bit already, kind of. The one thing that did not change is me counting macros. I was counting macros whenever I was heavy lifting, and I'm still counting macros now because of possible weight gain. Us with lupus, we deal with weight loss and weight gain a lot, and it's never just like 5 pounds. It's always either you drop a little bit of weight or you gain a shit ton of weight. Back in the day when I was on 80 milligrams of prednisone, which is a steroid, I had gained 27 pounds in 2 weeks, and that was all because of fluid retention. And it sounds like an excuse, like the whole, oh, it's just water weight, but it's literally fluid retention. Here are some of my swellings that I had to deal with. They were not fun. It hurt. Like all of my legs, calves, everything was completely swollen. I couldn't even wear shoes anymore at the time. But yeah, my personal choices of my nutritional lifestyle now is between plant-based and pescatarian. Last but not least, question number 5. What does remission exactly mean for you? Remission for me just means that I am chemo and dialysis free, which I am so freaking thankful for. The main things that sucked after chemotherapy was my taste buds. Everything tasted like warm, metallic saliva soup. Everything, even water. Remission for me also means that I get to finally start being independent again. Before my diagnosis of lupus, I was a very independent person. Even like my last couple of years of college, I was working to pay for my own stuff. I always made sure to try and take care of myself. I didn't want anybody else doing it for me. So whenever I was diagnosed with lupus and going through the years of hell of battling how bad my lupus had gotten at the time, I had to be very dependent on people. Remission just means I get to live again. I may not be able to live like how I used to, but at least I'm living. Alright, well, those were the 5 questions that I've gathered for this video. To my loopies out there, if y'all have any questions, concerns, if y'all want to reach out to me, feel free to comment down below, or you can send me a direct message on my Instagram, which I'll link down below as well. So I do plan to post videos more often now, covering different topics: hair loss, teeth, depression. Oh yeah, I have plenty of experience with that. I hope I answered the 5 questions nicely for my loopies out there who are struggling with this annoying ass disease. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more upcoming content. If any of y'all have any suggestions on what type of videos you would like to see, comment down below please. So until next time, have a happy 2020 and rock on, folks.